we're going to start off with a Performer Pal versus Cyframe.
Yeah, so you guys were asking about Raimondo's deck list yesterday. So yeah, he's playing Cyframes.
Yeah, both of these players are on very strong records at the moment. I believe they're X1.
Yep.
So we're expecting some great things from these guys, especially when you get to these later rounds. When you look at these off-the-wall decks, these players you can assume really know what they're doing, even more so in the earlier rounds. What are your thoughts on the Cyframe deck in this format?
I think Cyframe is one of those ones that just really, you gotta pick the right numbers of which are the Cyframes you decide to play. I think he's playing like the full amount of all the Cyframes. He's not got any extra cards in here, like any kind of kaijus or anything like that. Just pure Cyframes. So yeah, it should be interesting. You can doesn't really matter what you're playing against as long as you draw the right Cyframes.
Yeah, I mean that's true because of the way they work with the negation. They're all like hand traps essentially.
Yeah.
As long as you have no monsters on your field. But what I really like here is he's just gone with like 3 of all the Cyframe cards.
Yeah.
It's like, I can just use this to build a structure deck after the event.
Yeah.
Profit. So, anything special about this Performer Pal Pendulum deck that we should be?
I think it's pretty standard. He's not playing the Odd Eyes version as opposed to yesterday. We saw that.
I don't think that looks kind of more like the Dark version because we see Triple Armageddon Knight, 3 Max Seeds, 2 Effect Veilers, Mass Chameleon.
He's playing the Dark version. Oh, that is kind of interesting. So yeah, we'll see. I think that's it's a bit more kind of risky, the Dark version, but if it works out, then it's a much stronger set of plays.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm gonna take us over to the table so we can get started with the match. Best of luck to both of our players, and let's see how it goes. So we're going to be getting the opening hands very soon. As you can see, our super tech secret way of doing it this time is we just get a photo sent through to us of the players' opening hands. And then we can walk you through the start. Luke, tell me, what are we expecting from Raymondus here?
So we've got a Cyframe Circuit, that's the spell card for Cyframes. He's got a Cyframe Driver, a Cyframe Overload, Psychic Path, and a Pot of Duality. So Pot of Duality is pretty good for him here.
Yeah, this is very good. He also has his, he needs to get himself any Cyframe monsters so he can actually, Cyframe hand traps so he can actually start playing. What does Psychic Path do? That's quite an old card, I believe.
Yeah, I was just about to look it up. The Dale's got a
Duelist Genesis, I believe.
I honestly can't even remember.
The set with Stardust Dragon in the first one, I believe, or maybe not.
So let's have a quick look.
While you're looking that up, we see a turn 1 monkey board Acrobat Joker, for adding a Pendulum Sorcerer to his to Dale's hand. This is an incredibly strong start from the Pendulum deck, and one that you're probably very familiar with if you've been watching the live stream.
Oh wow, Psychic Path. You pay 800 life points. The theme of many decks, paying 800.
Pay 8, feel great.
Pay 8, feel great. Yeah. And select up to 2 of your removed from play. So yeah, banished. So it's very
so old. It has the
old text on it. Yeah. So select up to 2 of your banished psychic type monsters and add them to your hand.
That's very strong recursion. Not going to help him out so much in the early game.
No, but later on that should be quite powerful.
Yeah, but
in all honesty, he's not done great here because Dale's got to go first and get all his combos going.
Yeah, and he's not got any way of interrupting that. Although he does keep the secret of what his deck is.
Yeah, so Pendulum Sorcerer, hitting both the Pendulum Scales there to go and search 2 Perform monsters. Probably going to get Q-Turtle.
Yeah. Do you think he missed out there, having to destroy his own Lizard Draw without using Lizard Draw's effect?
No, I don't think so, because he's just going to get another one and he's going to get...
he can use his effect
obviously he does lose out, but not massively. I think it's much better for him to be able to do it.
Yeah, because so he gets to draw 2, essentially. Such a brilliant start for Dale. He's going to be set up for the rest of the game with a full extra deck. It'll be interesting to see if Cyframes are actually able to keep up with this. Especially since his turn 1 is going to involve a Pot of Duality, which means he's going to be revealing his deck to Dale. And if Dale's got any experience against the Cyframe after going first, he can choose how to set his plays up accordingly.
Yeah. Definitely, it's one of those decks where as soon as you kind of know how to play against it, then you're in good stead with the deck.
Quick question: where's Raymondus from? Actually, I don't recognise that.
That's Lithuania.
Lithuania. Ah.
Yeah, so he does live locally, but he's originally from Lithuania. He actually has a very complex last name.
Yeah, I believe when you spoke to him earlier, he said he was okay with you calling him Ray, right?
Ray. Well, he liked Rye.
Rye. Okay,
Rye,
so
yeah.
we'll go by Rye for this match. So we're going to see an Xe summon coming from Dale. Dale's going to start with Evil Swarm.
Oh, wow.
Nightmare. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm just getting some information that Dale actually drew Luster Pendulum and Master from Lizard Draw and Turtle. That's really... it's kind of... That could be good if he manages to get a big Pendulum Summon off with those, but...
I think he's already kind of set up at this point, so those two draws don't necessarily...
Not too much, yeah.
Affect him.
Well,
I don't know
see.
if he's playing the Painful Decision build or anything like that.
Card D. He's probably going to go for the card D here. Okay, suddenly Dale realises,
He already
what
has
am
it.
I doing?
Yeah. Unless he already knew, because the Nightmare is a very interesting start. You're normally looking for specific decks to play against. Do you think that's just a go-to card in an unknown match?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because against Cosmo you're going to want to use it quite quickly. Just flip them down, and again with BA, just flip a BA down, that works really well.
So it's just naturally good against the field to open, if you're going blind.
Yeah, so we see Cypher Circuit now.
Card D, a card we haven't seen in a long time. You tribute it to draw 2 cards and it ends your turn for you. You can't special summon it. Very, very popular card when Galactic Overlord first came out. We saw in the OCG many deck lists playing free Pot of Duality and overlapping the drawback with free card D. I think after a while the initial hype of card D fell off because people realised they didn't really want to give up their turn doing so. It's the same sort of thing we saw with Pot of Duality, where you move to a format where you're basically... The way people build their decks is Pot of Duality means pass your turn. Although we're now starting to see it come back to be overlapped with Card of Demise.
Wow. And in all honesty, I've never played Cypherms before, and I'm kind of looking...
Oh, this trap card's amazing.
Yeah. I was just like, whoa, what's going on with this trap card? So yeah, this trap card allows you to banish one of your Cypher monsters from your hand or face up on your side of the field, and then you target a card and it gets banished face down.
Yeah, so you absolutely are not getting that card back.
Yeah, unless you play Necroface.
Yeah, unless you play Necroface. It's always one to keep in mind. And also, the key thing here is he's using the Archfiend Eccentric to destroy the field spell, not the trap card, because the trap card is reusable. I believe it's just once per turn in either player's turn. But once it's in the graveyard, you can actually banish it to add any ciphering monsters, so it'll allow you to then start all of your combos.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. What did he banish with that trap card?
He banished, I believe, the monster on the field. I was looking at the deck list, unfortunately. Okay.
Oh, right, okay, he must have banished one of the monsters. But yeah, he had Luster and Master here, so he's going to be able to get another Master and complete his Pendulum Scale. So he's going to be able to do some stuff here. We didn't get to see what Rye drew here from card D.
He could be okay if he drew, I believe it's Gamma that negates the attack and ends the battle, stops the attack and ends the battle phase.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to want to
Or is
stop
that
this Pendulum.
Beta?
Summon.
It might be Cypher and Beta.
He's going to want Alpha at this point because when your opponent normals or special summons.
Yeah, losing the field spell unfortunately stops him being able to synchro summon as soon as he does use one of these effects.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new monster. That's a Pendulum Cobra, Perform Power Cobra, I believe.
Swing Cobra.
Swing Cobra, from the new starter deck, actually. We'll just pull the text up. I think it can attack directly.
So it can attack directly, and if it attacks, it switches to defense position, and it's a low scale.
Okay, and it's
Low scale reptile, level 4. This sounds like a great card.
once per turn, and once you draw fixed battle damage to your opponent, you can send top card of your opponent's deck to graveyard. Well, that's kind of irrelevant, but as a performer power, it's a searchable scale, so it's always going to see play as long
And
as
it's a reptile as well, which adds to it, because if you play
King of the Feral Imps.
King of the Feral Imps, yeah, it's searchable. Wow, that's pretty good. So he's only going to get one Dinoster out here because he's not got a... okay, so he can normal summon that.
It's just going to go for the attack.
Everything. So does he have a Cypher in which can stop this?
Yes.
He does. So Cypher in...
It's Beta. Which will stop the attack, destroy the attacking monster, I believe.
Yeah, stop the attack, destroy the attacking monster, and end battle phase.
Oh no, he's actually not... Is he using that, or is he banishing it with his trap? No, he's already used his trap card this time. Oh yeah, the judge is reading the card. Side frame's not very common. Okay, we're going to see Max C as well being played, so Dale's actually going to be able to get some cards out of this. But the battle phase will get ended by this effect.
And then he obviously gets a driver as well in attack mode, which has got 2,500 attack points.
I thought it ended the battle phase. Did I understand that one wrong?
Yeah, it does end the battle phase.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's still attacking. Maybe he didn't play the card I thought he played.
So yeah, he's passed. So driver gets banished during the end phase.
Ah, okay, that's what was happening. Sorry, it looked like the way he was tapping his
monster. Yeah,
monster.
like
I thought he was attacking.
Yeah, and in honesty, I thought Dale would have done a bit more after that.
Yeah, it seems like he's pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
There is a we know Rai has a psychic feel good. So he could actually add both of those cards that just got banished back to his hand if he wants to, and of course he's fueling this trap card.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, the battle phase wasn't ended because it was Lizardroll that attacked. So because he didn't destroy the monster,
Right.
because of Dynasty.
Right, because he's got a pendulum monster, he can't end the battle phase.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But because Driver was too big, he couldn't attack with any of the monsters.
Right. So that's why he let Driver gets banished, and then
He just passed.
he passes. Right.
That kind of confusing.
Oh, hold on. We've just got a little bit more focus there. That's looking a little bit sharper on our end. I just honestly thought I was still half asleep. There we go. Psychic feel good zone. No, sorry, Psychic Fill Zone. I just keep thinking of that really old song from the Gorillaz.
It's Psychic Path. You played Psychic Path.
Oh, Psychic Path. Sorry, I think it's. I keep looking at this Psychic Fill Zone.
You really want it to be Psychic Field Zone, don't you?
No, not particularly. It's just because I was thinking of that really old song from the Gorillaz. It's just like sort of playing in the back of my head while I'm looking at the match. Alright, we're going to see Psychic Frame Circuit, another field spell. The first one getting removed earlier, but we're seeing a second one now.
Oh, that's really good for him at the moment.
Yeah, he's taken the Dinosaur out as well, so he won't have the issue of...
Did that get banished face down, did it? Yeah, I see it over there. Actually, you can see the sleeve.
Yeah.
It's playing in the...
This trap card is just so strong.
He's going to be able to get rid of the field spell.
And he's banishing the Nightmare here.
Yeah, surprised about that.
Oh, yeah. They're accidentally putting his Pendulum Monsters on top of his scale instead of his graveyard. This is actually really tricky because to Dale, and in any other normal circumstance, this would be a very easy set of attacks. Okay, we're going to see Shadow Dragon taking out...
Yeah, sorry, I kind of stopped halfway through my sentence.
Sorry, please.
No, it was just me. I stopped halfway through the sentence. I started reading one of the cards. I thought he was going to go for that Armageddon Knight play to get the Shadow Dragon to get rid of that field spell.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see a Psyframe Delta or Gamma, I believe, actually going to come down and negate that monster effect.
So it must be Gamma. Yeah, it's Gamma. So that's really good for him because he's going to be able to synchro summon now.
Yeah, so he can go to Cyframe Omega.
Yeah, it's driver 6. Driver 6. And Gamma's a 2. Yeah, so he's kind of in business now. This is what his deck's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Cyframe Omega, an incredibly powerful synchro monster. I think it's probably one of the most, well, with the exception of the Speed Roar, it's probably one of the first cards to get picked up from high speed riders.
I'm a little bit confused as to why he didn't negate the effect of Armageddonite instead of negating, because he seemed to have negated Shadow Dragon.
Perhaps he just wasn't familiar with what he was going to do with the Armageddonite, which is why he decided to do that, which is actually a mistake because he could have essentially stopped both of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, in all cases it would have been better, I think.
Yep, Pendulum Sorcerer targeting.
He's got game now? Pretty sure he has game now.
Well, we don't know what other Cyframes he has in his hand. I don't know how many cards he has left in his hand at this point.
Dale can make some serious plays right now. He can go up into multiple Dynasters, multiple Magisters.
Well, we know one of his Dynasters is down, and he is playing how many?
Should be. He's playing 2. He's playing because he's playing the dark version of the deck. So yeah, that could potentially stop him from just outright winning now.
But he doesn't
have multiple Dynasters to get into Titanic Galaxy.
Also, is Titanic Galaxy really strong here when you've got the Cyframe Overload trap card face up?
That's already been used. He just needs a lot of attack points.
So he's just looking for damage this turn.
Yeah. A lot of damage, and even if his opponent does have a Cyframe, he wants to just put enough stuff on the board so his opponent... Like, Cyframes don't really do anything to clear up board presence other than that trap card.
Yeah. He's got 2 cards in his hand. So we could see Rai actually activating the Omega to stop a complete scale, but that probably seems unlikely because then he loses... oh yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing here. Because he's losing his 2800 attack monster that's going to would force his opponent to make a play to deal with this.
Yeah.
But now he does stop his opponent being able to access the Pendulum this turn.
It was a Guitar Tool. Yeah. So he's still got Silver Claw in hand.
That gives plus 300 attack, I believe, to all performer pals when they attack.
Yeah, it's a small difference, but it makes a big difference.
It makes it 15, 15, 18 at the moment, but I
Yeah.
strongly doubt this is how Dell intends to end his turn. I mean, if he normal sums it, he goes to, he'll have actually 2100 attack on the field. But that still leaves him shy, so let's see how he decides to go about this. Wait, the scale of Silver Claw's 5, right? So yeah, he'd have had good turtle, and so he wouldn't have been able to Pendulum summon either way.
Yeah, is that a mistake on Dale's part then, I guess? Maybe he just didn't realise.
Maybe that's just the number of targets he has left in the deck. He has been flying through that deck very, very quickly.
Yeah, through his performances. Yeah, it is a 5.
Oh, and good turtle's 6,
Turtle's
so
6.
It would have just been a draw and a little bit of damage.
Yeah, I think he'd probably have just been better off keeping the cards he had. I think that might have been a big mistake on his part. He must have thought that he had more. He's not playing, because obviously he's not playing like Sky Iris and things like that, so he's not got all of the Odd Eyes monsters, which usually provide a lot of the scales. You know, you can search the extremes of the scales. And I think Ramondas is just going to be able to just grind through his opponent now, banishing lots of these cards face down. Oh, that's Psychic Field Zone, I think.
Right, that's the one I've been thinking of. So you return 2 of your banished cards and you get to synchro summon.
Synchro summon, basically. Yeah, like special summons so they can't get it back. But yeah, actually that's... Yeah, that if he's going to get an Omega, then that doesn't matter. I don't know why he's got it in defense mode. Does it have to be in defense mode? Yeah, it does have to be in defense mode. That's fine. He can just banish it. Take cards from his opponent's hand.
Yeah, although attacking over the Lizard Draw is going to allow Dale to draw another card due to the effect of his other Lizard Draw.
but that is the most optimal way to do that, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, any other attack leaves allows both Lizard Draws to draw. I think they're not once per turn, right?
No, they're not once per turn. Well, it's not even that. I do think they are once per turn, but it's because they're both perform a pulse, he gets to draw 2.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't get to draw 4, he gets to draw 2, but still, it's better to get rid of them as soon as possible.
Yeah. So can Dale complete a scale here? He did get his. We know he has Silver Claw and Turtle. There's 2 unknown cards in his hand.
Yeah.
So Rai could wait for him to play 1 scale and then activate the defense mode Omega.
Right. So he has to. This is the thing. It was an open game state there, so Dale had the first move regardless. He wasn't allowed to snipe it when there was 4, so he has to play it here.
Yeah. So he actually, we don't know what the 2 of those cards are in his hand. Wait, did he choose not to use that?
So he activated Draco Face Off and Chain to Omega.
Okay. We're gonna see Draco Face Off. Did he just try and sneak the Mask Chameleon in there? It's not a Draco monster.
No.
Alright, so he gets a complete scale.
Yeah, so he just picked 2 low scales. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so he was guaranteed the favourite outcome. With no cards in hand, it's not like he's going to be able to use his Psyframe Overload to break the scales up here.
No. But still, Omega's got 2,800 attack points. He still needs to deal with that somehow. And because of Master's Scales 3, he's not going to be able to get a bunch of those Lizard Draws back.
Yeah,
but he's still... he's
all the important guys are coming down. Yeah,
yeah,
see,
I don't completely agree. I don't know whether it's just that I didn't play this deck, but this version of the deck, but I don't like this because now he's not going to be able to do some like crazy multiple Dynasty combo.
Yeah, I think Rai is going to lose if he doesn't have any cards in hand.
Yeah, so Ignista, shuffle it away, and then just attack with just Ignista will do it at this point.
Yeah, Rai's only at 2350, so it's not a lot of life points to play with.
He plays 2 Dynasties.
Oh, somebody asking in chat?
Yeah, someone's saying does he only have 1? No, he does have 2. But he doesn't. He needs to make a Majesta to get one of the Draco Slayers into the graveyard anyway, because he doesn't have that at the moment.
Okay, he's going to activate his Cypher Omega.
Yeah, so that still gets destroyed, and then
Yep.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, Rai going down. He had a bit of an unfortunate thing of not being able to.
I think he just had a poor start.
Yeah, I mean, he had no way of actually stopping anything his opponent was doing on turn 1. So his opponent quite comfortably puts out a combo. I mean, he did put up a good fight in the mid game, but it just wasn't enough. So we'll see people going into the side decks, and it's very unlikely that Dale is prepared for this matchup. I mean, is there anything in the side deck we should be aware of from Dale?
There's nothing. There's a couple of Battle Faders.
Battle Fader, pretty good card.
Yeah, so he's got a couple of Twin Twisters, a couple of Holding Legs. Just generic back row here. Really, there's nothing crazy that I could think that.
Interesting. He's playing Holding Legs, although I don't think that's really. That could come into play when we see that Rai actually has 3 Drowning Mirror Force, but
yeah,
we didn't see any of these Drowning Mirror Force or the Solemn Warning in this game, so there's a good chance it won't come into play.
The reason I say that, quite a lot of Rai's side deck is back row cards. So Rivalry, Anti-Spell Fragrance, that's definitely going in.
Macrocosmos. Yeah, that's going in 100%.
Yeah, so just quite a lot of his cards are going to be back row cards, so Dale's going to be thinking, I probably want to put some back row hit in here.
Yeah, which is going to be his Twin Twisters. Holding Legs only affects set cards, right?
Yeah, so he's not going to be able to hit things like... So obviously we saw Cypher Overload during that first game. He's not going to be able to hit that, but...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Holding Legs was the other card from Millennium Pack that you probably that was interesting. When it's when it's special... when it's summoned... I went through every option except for the one that I needed. You can return all set cards on the field back to their owner's hand, and you can banish it from the graveyard to stop a card being activated this turn.
Yeah. It's like a temporary Gyoku. 5 permission Gyoku.
Yeah, that was a while ago since we've seen those being played.
Yes, I think it's about Raimondas just having the correct sci-frames at this point. He's obviously playing a lot of card Ds. He's playing the full 3 card Ds as well as pop dualities. So he's playing enough cards to be able to dig into his deck. He just didn't get very lucky in that first game.
He's got so many side deck cards that are actually good to draw here. I'd be surprised if his opening hand, especially with the card Ds and pot of dualities, that he doesn't actually get anywhere this game.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, he could just draw all 3 of his normal monsters, Cypher and Drivers. That would be a fantastic start.
So Raimondas chose to go first here. So he's going to hope to have that on his fragrance, really.
Yeah, he's got quite a few. With the side deck cards, it makes a lot more sense. I mean, I can understand going second in a deck where your deck is like 90% hand traps.
Yeah.
So you get the extra card and you get to enjoy the benefits of being able to play cards that your opponent doesn't think you can. But with these kinds of traps like Macrocosmos, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Rivalry of Warlords, all these cards, it will stop Dale from actually playing the game. He needs to get these down as quickly as possible.
So he opens Rivalry.
Yeah, well, it would be crazy if he didn't open at least one of these cards.
Yeah, so Drowning, Rivalry, Space Typhoon.
Oh, and Alpha.
And Delta.
Is that Delta? Oh, Delta.
Yeah.
Which one was Delta again?
Delta's the spell card you get.
Oh, that's incredibly good because he'll be able to negate Twin Twisters. And we're going to be looking at Del's opening hand. He's got Armageddon Knight, Performer Pal, Pendulum Sorcerer, another Armageddon Knight, Shaddoll Dragon, and Archfiend Eccentric.
That's not a great hand for him. He drew the Shaddoll Dragon. You never really want to draw that.
Yeah, I mean, that means it takes away additional ways for him to use the Rivalry. Because he does have the Archfiend Eccentric, but when he activates that spell, you could very easily see the Alpha going down.
Yeah.
He's only playing one Shaddoll Dragon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just one. So, Ryan not messing around here, setting all those cards and just flip Rivalry as soon as his opponent starts.
He has a Drowning Mirror Force as well, so if Dale missteps, if he does manage to deal with this Rivalry and then missteps into that Drowning, he will lose his entire Pendulum board.
So, Eccentric. He can choose. It depends what he says. Okay, he's just going to go ahead.
Space for him. And he has the spell card. He has the spell counter as a backup.
Yeah. He has quite a few spell negations this turn. Or spell negation / removal this turn.
And the weakness to the Pendulum deck is entirely that it's made of so many different engines that your types and attributes are not the same. So you are incredibly weak to Ghost Match and Rivalry of Warlords. Especially against a deck that can actually protect them, because very few people actually play cards that protect their floodgate cards.
Yeah, it's really interesting here. I think Dale just took the attitude of, do you know what? I'm just going to attack with this 5 times, try and win.
Yeah, that's true, because there's only a handful of Cyframes that actually can. Yeah, there's a normal monster I think you just drew, the Cyframe Driver. He does still have Drowning Mirror Force, but Dale doesn't. Dale can just poke with his dragon for a few turns.
Yeah.
Yep, that's 3,802 attacks from the Shaddoll Dragon.
Yeah, it's got quite a lot of attack points.
I believe the next attack will force a Drowning Mirror Force.
It depends. The Cypher doesn't really need to pay many life points, so he might risk.
He's playing things like Psychopath, Vilzone, Solemn Warning.
Solemn Warning, I guess.
Yeah, but look, he's going to take the third attack. He's drawn 2 of the drivers.
Yeah, it's weird. As soon as I saw him summon this, I did just think to myself, I think Rai is just going to lose to this Shaddoll Dragon.
That would be. I don't know how I would take that when it's like, my deck, it got to the card to stop you playing again. I still just lost to a 1900 attack monster.
Yeah.
Just hit me. Is that the third normal monster? Oh, wow.
That could be a Gemini Elf right now, and
he
would still be winning.
Could be Mechanical Chaser. It's just still hitting him. I think he's drawn all 3 normal monsters.
Really?
Yeah, he has to Drowning Mirror Force here. That is crazy. When I was saying it was just a joke, it wasn't something I was hoping for.
I just asked,
yeah, he's showing the judge right now.
I just asked for a quick picture just to confirm.
Oh wow, right. That's really unfortunate. Because there's just so many good draws in his deck, and he's not seeing them. But now his life points are dangerously low.
Yeah, so he has 2 normal monsters. He has double Delta as well.
Ah, it's 2 spells. Right. I've got the Rogeki.
What, you don't want to Regeki a Shadow Dragon?
No, that seems like that'll put you in a really bad.
Because that would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Armageddon Knight gets Regeki'd.
There's actually nothing he can do here. I mean, if he sets a Delta, he's putting himself at risk to his opponent's spell cards. So all Del needs.
He's got 2 Deltas.
Yeah, but he can only activate one if he's got no monsters.
Yeah.
So Del can just normal summon, attack. Oh, there's another Sigil Dragon going to the graveyard.
Yeah, it got drowned.
Oh, of course, he shuffled it back into the deck.
Yeah.
Yes, which means then he can use the Armageddon Knight.
Yeah. It's a relentless onslaught of just playing things and attacking.
Yeah, just it's kind of weird to be playing this hyper counter deck, and your biggest weakness is just basic attacks.
Yeah, I must say I've played decks in the past where I have just played it to only beat my opponent if they were doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
I played a really cool Execute Gadget deck during Dragon Ruler format, and I made like Steel Swarm Roach and things like that. Well, not Steel Swarm Roach, and I just lots of gadgets, and it had a bunch of Black Horn of Heavens that I just kept negating people's Draco sacks with. If they'd have just summoned Blaster and attacked me repeatedly, I'd have lost.
How do you do that year? Do you play in the WCQ?
No, I just come back from university. I didn't have a chance to qualify, but I actually qualified for the next year in the first regional of the year.
Oh, the Twin Twister are going to get negated. Oh, wow. Why would he... do you agree with playing Twin Twister after your Cypher opponent's not done anything for a few turns and you can see the game with the Armageddon Knight?
No,
I mean, you did just see a Drowning Mirror Force, so it could be a Cypher overload, but if you do that on the overload...
You should have just attacked. It came down to that situation of what's going to make me lose the game right now, and what would have made him lose the game was this exact play.
Yeah, just an attack. The worst thing that can happen is he loses his Armageddon Knight and he has more cards to follow up in main phase 2 and he tries again next turn. But what he's done
if he had the attack negator, that would have been bad. But the Twin Twisters wouldn't have done anything for that.
Yeah, okay. No, fair enough.
It was reasonable logic to think, okay, if I Twin Twisters it...
he gets a field spell as well, which then prevents him doing dropping the Omega.
Yeah.
But there's no more Rivalry of Warlords to protect him. Does he... does Dale play Heartland Draco?
Let's have a look if he plays any of these direct attackers. Nope.
No, those kinds of fell out of
82.
popularity, unless you're playing Burning Abyss and still want Nightmare Shark.
We saw someone playing Heartland Draco yesterday, actually.
We
I'm trying to remember which deck it was.
I
can't remember for the life of me which deck it was.
Okay, he's activating the Cypher Omega. We're going to see Monkey Board.
He has another Delta, though. Oh, is he chaining to Monkey Board?
Yeah. So he changed the Monkey Board because of the way the game works with the open game state. Dale has the first opportunity to play something. Cypher Omega going to take a card out of his hand. He'll get the other scale. When he tries to activate that scale, Rai can then summon another Cypher Omega.
Yeah.
Or that's game. Yep, you see him draw the underline, and that's just it. It's like, I don't actually need to do anything else. That was just some really poor draws there from Rai, unfortunately, even after he got one of his many Floodgate cards, and it just came down to, I've got the best weapon in the galaxy, but the other guy is beating me with a rock. We're not going to have time for an interview for this round. But yeah, that was
quite interesting.
That was really interesting to see, and we can just see sometimes the very basics is enough to get you there.
Yeah, he just summoned a big 1/9 monster and attacked repeatedly.
It got the job done. So if you're playing against Cyframes, the key answer is just summon and attack. That seems to be the working strategy, at least against a poor draw on his Cyframe play.
Yeah, he seemed to have not great hands, to be honest. Right, I didn't see card D resolve at all in that second game.
Not in the second game, or any pot dualities in there. And he got stuck with the 2 alphas, which would have been great with his rivalry had he been able to do anything else.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it goes sometimes. He goes on to an X2 record, which does still mean he's able to make it to the top 64 if he wins out the remaining 2 rounds for today.
Yeah.
But that hopefully not too big of a morale loss going into the first round of day 2. Do you have any closing thoughts on the match?
No, that was pretty cool to see Cyframes. Just they didn't really do what they usually do. He got some pretty unlucky draws, but still really fascinating to see how that deck played.
I kind of felt like it did do what it's supposed to do. It draws and passes.
Well, his opponent didn't do the things that he was supposed to do that would have made Rai be able to do the things he was supposed to do.
That's true, but I respect Dell for seeing through that and just saying, no, this works.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll see you for round 9 very, very soon. So stay with us, and please continue enjoying the show.